Welcome home, honey, is what I would be saying if you were the one going to work in this relationship. Then again, our marriage is rather unconventional, so I suppose it's alright. Well, don't you have anything to say to me? How was your day? How was work? Anything? It's not as though I expect a perfect home cooked dinner every single day, or you wearing your best outfit for when I come home. But, well, it's alright. You're just getting used to things still. Then again, I would like it more if you got used to things quicker. After all, we are husband and wife. We are married now, and marriage is until death do you apart. So, I suppose on one hand you've all the time in the world to get used to it. But on the other hand, try to consider my feelings, alright? I just am still waiting for that honeymoon phase to kick in. But you never need to worry about me. When it comes to me, I don't think my feelings for you will ever end. Truly, marriage is everything I hoped it would be. It feels so nice to come home after a long day to my very own husband. It's wonderful. Don't you agree? Alright. No need to answer that. I don't want to fight today. Fighting is bad for marriage, so I don't intend to fight. Let me just tell you about my day instead, even though you didn't necessarily ask for it. Well, today at the office it was the same as usual. Now, of course, the job that I had before I went to prison because you called the police on me was much better. I have to admit, these working hours are, well, not my favorite, but at least my new employer doesn't ask any questions. Oh, well, you look surprised. I thought you knew that the office was a euphemism of sorts. No matter. It was just same old, same old. I look forward to coming home to you all day, every day. Now, then I thought I might stop by the store for some groceries, and you would not believe what I saw. Well, it's okay, you don't have to guess if you don't feel like it. But I saw the most marvelous thing. Right, so I was just in the candy aisle, as you are, and there was the most lovely little girl. She must have been around 3 years old, maybe. So adorable. And could you believe it, she mistook me for her mother. All these little things are so endearing after all. Well, at that moment I thought, I have to admit, not my best moment, but I did think about maybe taking her with me. uh, call that store theft. But I decided against it. We have to make concessions in our marriage, and I've been working hard on the things you've been taking issue with, all for the purpose of a harmonious married life. Anyhow, so I was thinking, since I didn't take her, and I still would very much enjoy having the company of such a little one, how about, now hear me out on this one, we just make our own? It's a very natural thing for a married couple to do, after all. Now, if you believe some scholars, it's the most natural thing in the whole world. The purpose of our existence? Carrying on our genes for further generations? And something that should be done between a husband, such as yourself, and a wife, such as me. So, what do you think? Well, you don't need to look that flustered. We don't have to. We don't have to do it now. I'm quite flexible in that regard. I was just, mentioning it so we could discuss it and do it soon. I mean, obviously, all good things take time. Just like how I wanted to marry you immediately, and then I had to take some extra time to be in prison, thanks to you. And I know it takes a while for a child to be born. But I thought the sooner we started, the sooner we'd be done. You look mortified. Say, darling, just tell me if you have anything to say at all. Will you finally stop your childish antics and talk to me again for the first time since our wedding? Or are you still being unreasonable? Well, if you say nothing, I will assume that you're very much on board with the concept of children. No, no what? Well, first of all, I'm glad we're finally on speaking terms again. You know how much I've missed your voice. But on the other hand, I talked about concessions earlier, and I believe it's about time for you to make some. I've been on my best behavior recently. Let's see. How do I convince you that this is a great idea for us? Well, how about a reward for your gracious cooperation? If we have a child together, I will allow you to leave this house. I know. I am being very generous here, but as I said, I really want to do this. It feels like, ever since I've had this idea, our marriage wouldn't be complete without it. So, as soon as the child is born, which might take a while depending on how long we decide to wait with it, you'll be able to go outside all you want. Now, of course, if you try to go too far for too long, I'll bring you back. And there are certain groups of people that will have to put a ban on you speaking to them, such as, I don't know, women, your family, the police, groups we have bad history with. But overall, I think this is a most reasonable compromise, don't you? Come on now, darling, don't be so cruel. Leaving a woman who wants children without child. Now that is malicious. I'm not one to bring up past evidence usually, but well, it worked for my family too. Right. My mother told me that my father never wanted to stay with her, but he came around and he came around so much faster after I was born. So I'm just saying we should give that a thought too. After all, you want a happy marriage, right? Right? Obviously you do, everyone does. So what do you think about it, hmm? Oh, you're finally willing to discuss. Let's hear your offer then. You'll give me a child? If I let you go in exchange? Don't be silly. We're married, like I said, until death do us apart. And I would never want my child to grow up without a father. That would be cruel. Besides, I love you so very much. So, let's discuss this seriously. And not bring up such silly, stupid things again, alright? Well, I see you need some more convincing. That's fine. Rome was not built in a day. I'll just have to try even harder. Well, good thing that I can think of various other ways to convince you. Don't forget to subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Thank you.